So we need ingredients, which is emotional ingredient. How we get these is we go, what emotion would I have to feel for this to not work? And then we program the opposite. Okay, so if I want a book deal, for it to not work, I'd have to feel like I don't believe in what I'm saying. That's one way it would not work. How else would it not work? Well, I have to feel like I'm not good enough. I'd also have to feel like other people's books are better than mine for this to not work. I'd also have to be not putting myself first in my life, because why would the publisher pick my book over someone else's if I'm not picking myself over other people in my life? What are all the ways we could kind of screw over our creator field to make the thing that we desire not work? The opposite of those things are going to be the ingredients that we're going to want to root to. How we root to these ingredients is by my favorite tool ever, making a fucking list, making a list of the ingredient, and then proving it to yourself how it's there every day. So for example, I've done this with this project that I'm working on. What would make these people say no right now? What would I have to feel for these people to say no? Well, I'd have to feel like this wasn't a good idea. Okay? I go into my intuition. I go, and here's how you can do it with your yes and no's for right now. I am 50% believing this is a good idea. Yes. Okay, cool. I am 60% in the belief this is a good idea. No. Okay, so now I'm between 50 and 60% of believing this is a good idea. We want to be at least 92% behind these emotions in our creator field. And we can use our yes and no's by just saying the statement. I am 80% behind the belief that this book is a great idea, or this project's a great idea. Yes, okay, I'm 90% behind the belief. Yes, okay, I'm 95% no. Okay, now I know I'm between 90 and 95%. Now, if anything's lower than 92 minimum, we know we've got to root to it more. We can set her up for success the first time. And now, even if we do quote fail, nothing's ever failing, it's helping us get what we're asking for. So I, by no means, have had my creator field perfect where, I don't have to get some kind of lesson or reflection, right? I get lessons or reflections every day of my life, right? I just know how to communicate, know what they mean. I can move through them faster, shift them faster, okay? So by no means am I saying, I'm over here perfect, you need to be perfect with this. This is just how to hack the system. And now when I miss things intuitively, I then train myself, okay, I missed that. Now I know to look for that next time. So each time I'm learning something either way. And not learn this by just waking up with this, knowledge one day. I learned this by massive trial and error over here. And what's great is you guys are gonna get to do this faster than I ever did. This took me a minute to fucking realize and figure out. So we've got to see what emotion would I hold that is gonna make this not fucking work. That's gonna make my creator field, screw what I'm desiring to get. Then we flip it to the opposite. Remember, the universe does not hear, our higher self doesn't hear don't and not. So we've got to flip it. So it's like, you wouldn't say, I don't feel like shit. You would say, I feel valuable. See what I'm saying? You would flip it to the positive side. Now, with intuition too, you want to see how many ingredients this is going to involve. How many emotional ingredients this is going to involve. So you get that by going, this is going to include 5 emotional ingredients. Yes, okay. This is going to include 6 emotional ingredients. Yes. It's going to include 7 emotional ingredients. Yes. It's going to include 8 emotional ingredients. Yes. It's going to include 9 emotional ingredients. No. Okay, I know it now includes 8. So now I have to find 8 emotional ingredients to program into my creator field that will set my creator field up to be a match for this thing. How we do the programming part is you're going to make a note in your phone. You'll dedicate 1 note to each ingredient. Name the note the ingredient. You're going to then clock how it's true in the micro moments every single day. That gets your belief system on board. That gets your emotions on board. That gets you starting to shift. So how am I an author every single day? Well, I am typing on my Instagram. I am typing copy for a sales page. I am speaking my truth in my words, and it is helping people who want to listen. And you're just programming, oh my God, so-and-so, Sarah, was in shock of how great the course was today, right? And I'm like, because she said it to me, and I'm just clocking little tiny micro moments every day. All these kind, beautiful comments you guys are saying to me in here, I clock them. I have a whole list and I clock them, and it just gets me more and more rooted to my creator field and what I am teaching and what I do in the courses and the programs and whatever. And because I clock them, I get loads of them in my DMs. I get loads of them, which you can too. What we focus on, we get more of, okay? So we have the ingredients, that's part one. Now part two is we have emotional thought broadcasts. Emotional thought broadcasts. What these are is these have to be the top 3 to 4 thoughts that we have every single day. And these thoughts have to be what we want someone else to say to us. So these are going to be in third person. So it would kind of sound like this. Allie, I need to buy this thing that you're selling right now. Like with this project I'm working on, Allie, I'd be stupid to not pick up this project right now. And I have these thought broadcasts going on, but I'm talking to myself in third person because it's going to be what you want someone else to say to you. And pick like 3 to 4. And when we get more into intuition, you can test like how effective they are, but trust yourself now, like you'll be good. You're gonna pick 3 to 4. And you wanna have these thoughts on repeat daily, on a daily basis. Like they gotta be your top 3 slots that you have going on up here. And the most important part is getting the emotion behind it, So like we don't want to trick ourselves, right? When we get the emotion behind it, we're going to feel it. We're going to feel like a ping in our heart. We're going to feel chills. We're going to feel like we want to smile. That's when you know you've emotionally connected. I'd rather you only emotionally connect to one micro moment versus just logically pinpointing 12 in the day. It's going to be better if you just connect to one emotionally versus just logically going, oh yeah, that's one. Emotionally connect. Now, when you're having these emotional thought broadcasts, you've got to also get in the energy. I've got to feel like I want to buy what I'm selling right now. Like I've got to actually feel that. What helps me is I visualize someone saying that to me. Like the person that I knew I was going to with this project, like I visualized them being like, oh my God, like we've got to do this right now. I visualized the girl in the back of the room going, I'm in, and I also put on a song sometimes. Music really does it for me. It's like, gets me. I have like designated songs for different things, and I like play the song and like I get instantly into that emotion. So if that works, like designated song to like a certain feeling and a certain thing already happening. So that's another component of the creator field with manifesting. You have emotional thought broadcasts. Okay. Now I'm going to leave you with one more, but these 3 are not the only ones. However, don't want to overwhelm. This is already a lot. I'm going to leave you with one more, and then the rest you can find inside of Unfuck Yourself Academy. And these 3, these are going to get you like, a lot of the way there. Like it's going to get you like 80%, 87%. Like you're getting a lot of the way there with these. You're going to create shit with just these for sure. Like no problem. So the third thing that's really important, actually I got to give you 2 more. We have the law of assumption and the law of action. Okay. So assumption is literally just speaking about it as if it already happened. Get a manifesting buddy and know that you guys are designated manifesting buddies. You can be someone in here. And know that whenever you're texting them, everyone's going to know that you're manifesting, right? So versus going, oh my God, mom, I got this thing. And then you have to explain to your mom that like, then you did it and then you got your manifest. It's like that fucks your creator field. So just get a manifesting buddy, designated manifesting buddy. And you two know whenever y'all are texting, you're manifesting and you're in that new quantum field possibility. We have the law of assumption. We got to speak as if it's already happened and feel the feelings. The most important part is the feelings as if that thing's already happened. Then we have the law of action, okay? If I had this thing, what would my daily life look like? What would my calendar look like? What would I be doing? implement that as much as you can, even if it's 10 minutes a day, into your schedule. One time I was like, when I was doing like stuff with money, I was like, oh, well, I would shop at Whole Foods all the time. So what I would do when I was living in LA and I was like 20 years old is I would go to Whole Foods and I get like a protein bar or I get a banana and I do all my other shopping like Trader Joe's. And I would just kind of like implement as much as I can. Or you don't even have to do that. I would just go into Trader Joe's and act like I was in Whole Foods. Or I would just get in my Hyundai and act like I was driving a Mercedes or a Range Rover. And I would just like act, you don't gotta actually go spend the money always. You just have to like feel like you did or like feel like you're doing it. I could get in my Hyundai and I could literally gaslight myself into thinking I was in a Range Rover or whatever, whatever it is. So whatever it is you desire, like you could not convince me that I have not been on Dancing with the Stars, okay? It is my dream not to be like a dancer on it, but to like, maybe I'll write a book or maybe I'll do something and then somehow I can get on there, right? And I already know what song I danced to. I already know who was there. I already saw my old dance teacher from Pennsylvania sitting in the crowd, like being so happy to be there. I already saw my outfit. I already saw the choreography to the dance. I already saw, like, I know what's going on. You could not convince me that I did not already do that, right? And then I put on the song that I danced to on it and I literally get in the energy. And that's just like a fun little example. Like, that's just like a fun thing that like, the stakes aren't high for, if I get it or don't or whatever, but it would be like so fun. I would do it for free. Like I would just do it because that sounds so fun to me, bring back the dance a little bit. And you can't convince me twice that I wasn't on it already. You got to get so convinced in your own subconscious energy that you